Hi, everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and joining us first today is Lisa Kofer from the United Way of Bristol, and she'll be giving us some ideas on how we can help them during all of these uncertain times.
Hi, it's Lisa Kofer here at United Way of Bristol, and I just want to take a minute to say thank you so much to our community and to everyone out there that's been supporting our most at-risk population. Wow, the last few months have been incredible. An incredible amount of folks have come to us needing help. They've reached out, folks that are homeless, that have lost their jobs, that have children, that have newborns, that need food, that need shelter, that just need those supportive services right now. And so we are just so thankful that everyone has stepped up like they have. Over the last couple of months, we have helped more than 25 people find resources for rent. We've worked with about 10 different homeless families with children that need housing and shelter and need that stability in their life. We've just had some really kind of out of the box situations happen too, where we have people that really don't fit into any kind of a specific situation call us needing help with food. We've been able to work and get folks on our Bristol, Tennessee Meals on Wheels list, working through our area agency on aging. We are working with Bristol Neighborhood Service Center, working with People Incorporated. We're working with our 25 local partner agencies, everything from Abuse Alternatives, Boys and Girls Club, Boy Scouts, Girls Incorporated, the YWCA, the YMCA, to help make sure that these agencies have what they need to help their clients during this very difficult time, but to also make sure that we are providing the support that they need from us. We've never been through anything like this before, and so we're all just really working together very closely to try to make sure that we provide those supportive services in our community that are most needed right now. I want to do a big shout out to our volunteers, to the United Way of Bristol board members, to our agency directors, to our other community partners like Bristol Redevelopment and Housing Authority, Bristol Tennessee Housing Authority, all the others that we work with, our police departments, our city leaders, for working with us. Something very interesting that we've been involved with and kind of helped to lead over the last few weeks is to try to determine what we're going to do for our homeless folks if they test positive for the virus or if they are waiting for test results back and they need to be quarantined. And so we've been working with so many of our government leaders, our Chamber of Commerce, and our other agency partners to help put a plan together. And we're so thankful we went through that couple of weeks of going back and forth to determine how to do that. We were able to put a plan together, something that we didn't realize at the time, but that we would need very quickly. And within a few days, we did have someone that we needed to quarantine. We were able to do that. We worked so closely with both of our cities, with the Salvation Army, who helped to provide meals for this person, and with the health department and others that were critical in us being able to provide this person the resources that they needed until they could come out from quarantine. That person is doing really well. They were out of quarantine a couple of weeks ago and have an apartment now and are doing really well, working and just living their life. So thank you so much for everybody that's made a donation to our local relief efforts. Our United Way of Bristol board voted on March the 23rd to begin that fund, and they immediately set aside $20,000 to help with that. And then we've had a lot of donations come in since then, totaling about $64,000. We've put a good portion of that back out into the community to help our agencies that are boots on the ground, helping folks right now. And then also through some Food City gift certificates that we've been able to work with all three of our local school systems to get back into the hands of our families and our students that are most at risk right now. We are doing a lot of things right now just to make sure that people have food, working with Bristol Emergency Food Pantry, working with the pantry that Covenant Fellowship has and a lot of the other churches have, to make sure that we can provide them the volunteers that they need, and as well as helping them to restock and making phone calls and, doing things out on our social media to let people know in the community what their needs are. And also trying to make sure that people have, help with their rent if they need it, and help with other resources to prevent homelessness right now especially. So thank you to everybody. We also have a regional fund that many of our regional partners across our 7 United Way system here in Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee are working with to try to make sure that they can come in, partner with all of us, and be able to do what's needed, most needed in each of our communities. So thank you so much for all that you all do. We appreciate this opportunity to come to you and update you on what we're doing in Bristol with United Way of Bristol. And if anybody needs help, they can reach out to us via telephone at 423-968-4912. If you want to make a donation to our local fund, just go to unitedwaybristol.org and you'll be able to click on there and make a donation. Also, we do serve as the local hub for our volunteer opportunities in United Way of Bristol. So for Bristol opportunities, visit unitedwaybristol.org, and up at the top you can click on volunteer and be able to find those opportunities. And if you don't find what you're looking for there, just give us a call at 423-968-4912. Thanks so much. You all take care and stay safe.
Thanks, Lisa, for all of those tips and important information. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols. And up next, we have Sherith Young from the Bristol Counts Committee. And she'll share with us a really cool project that we all can get involved with around town.
Hey, Sheridan. Thanks so much for having me on the show today. And hi to everybody at home. My name is Sherith Young, and I'm here today to talk to you about counting rainbows. What do you mean by counting rainbows? Well, Counting Rainbows is a new project that we have in conjunction with our efforts for the 2020 census. You've probably seen a news story now about how little artists everywhere around the world are hanging rainbows in their windows as a sign of hope and a sign of togetherness in the fight against the coronavirus. We're challenging Bristol kids to do the same. And we'll have a rainbow coloring sheet available on the city's website. We'll be sharing through social media and through the school system. And we'd like to invite kids to color their own rainbow and hang in their window as a sign of hope to share with their neighbors. It's just a little chance to share joy in this time. If kids do this, and we'd like to have young kids and big kids alike take part, but young kids, those under 18, can also enter to win a $25 gift card to Food City if they color a rainbow and place it in their window. Okay, so how do I enter to win? First, color your rainbow. And you can certainly use the coloring sheet that we've provided, or make your own. We'd love to see any creative ideas that you have. Second, place the rainbow in the window of your house to share with your neighbors and the rest of the world driving by. Once you do that, take a picture, and what we'd like for you to do is send a picture to the City of Bristol. The website address is rainbowcontest@bristoltn.org. So rainbowcontest@bristoltn.org, and include the following 4 items. So we want to see a picture of your beautiful rainbow, and you can certainly be in the picture. We would love to see you as well. Give us the address where you would like your prize to be mailed. Give us your age, and then who in your house has completed the census. If you don't know, ask mom, dad, grandma. Just tell us who completed the census, because we'd like to know that you completed the census to enter the contest. And then finally, have fun. You can get out in your neighborhood. You can hunt for rainbows in your neighbor's windows. There's a map online where you can join the global movement and map your rainbow for the whole world to see. You can put Bristol on that map. So that's the Rainbow, Counting Rainbows project. Get out in your neighborhood, see how many rainbows you can find, and enter our contest to win a gift card. My son and I colored our rainbows this morning. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it, and we're going to hang it up in just a little bit so all of our neighbors can see. A quick disclaimer on the contest rules. You do need to be under the age of 18 and a resident of Tennessee to win. Be sure you give us the address when you send us your email that you'd like the card to be mailed to should you win. And also, employees of the City of Bristol and their immediate family are not eligible to win. But everybody else, send us your entries. We can't wait to see them.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely up for coloring the town in rainbow colors. It sounds like fun. Thank you so much, Sheriff, for that information. And stay where you are. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. And up next, we have got Misty Underwood from Volunteers of America. And you veterans out there, you're going to want to hear what she has to say. Here she is.
Hello everyone, my name is Misty Underwood and I'm here today to talk about my organization and the program that we have here in the Tri-Cities to help our local veterans. I work for Volunteers of America Mid-States with our Supportive Services for Veteran Families program. We usually just abbreviate that to SSVF. SSVF is a rapid rehousing program for U.S. military veterans who are dealing with homelessness or facing eviction from their homes. That could mean that they are temporarily staying with friends or family members and need to find appropriate housing for themselves. Or they may have had a recent job loss and are now facing an eviction. In those cases, we can step in and help them with case management services, as well as their past due rent to keep them in their home. If a veteran is homeless, we assign them a dedicated case manager to help them search for housing, submit housing applications, find work, and we can help pay for the deposits and rent to get them back on their feet financially. The case managers also help resolve barriers, including pending legal issues, health, transportation, childcare, or any other concerns that contribute to housing instability. Our office is located at 112 East Myrtle Avenue, Suite 300 in Johnson City. We cover the Tri-Cities and all 8 counties of Northeast Tennessee. We have a close-knit team consisting of an outreach worker, an intake coordinator, 3 case managers, and myself. Together, we work to find veterans that are in need, enroll them into the program, and then guide them towards self-sufficiency and housing stability. VOA has another program based in Johnson City that also covers Northeast Tennessee. It's called the Homeless Veterans Reintegration Project, and it's an employment program for veterans. We work together with that program to help the veterans that we house then find gainful employment. We also look for community partners because without them, we could not do the work that we need to do. We need our community partners to help provide the services our veterans rely on. This includes the VA, local healthcare providers, other nonprofit agencies, and the faith-based community, as well as landlords that house our veterans. In order for a veteran to qualify for our assistance, they must have served at least 1 day of active duty with the U.S. military. There are income limits as well. So they must be below 50% of the area median income. That's currently $1,725 per month for a single person in Sullivan County. They must also either be homeless or facing an eviction. So, if you are a veteran that's in need of assistance, a service provider, an interested landlord, or you would just like to hear more about the program, please feel free to give me a call at 423-461-0044. Thank you for your time, and thank you Inside Bristol for the opportunity to speak today.
Thanks so much for all that information, and stay where you are. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and up next we've got Ann Mason, who's going to tell us about a really neat project that she's spearheading called Historians at Home. Here she is.
Hi, this is Ann with the Heritage Alliance of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Our offices and our museums, including the Chester Inn Museum, may be closed to the public right now, but we're still putting out a lot of content and sharing our archival collections and our regional history via our Facebook pages and our website and our YouTube channel. So make sure you follow us along Heritage Alliance, Chester and Museum, and the Chester and Museum State Historic Site YouTube channel. Now, one of the things we've recently launched is the Historians at Home initiative. And this is a crowdsourcing history program, the first we've ever done, to really help people contextualize this moment in history. As historians, we realize that this is a pretty unique time period, and we need to record it so that we can study it later. And our archives here at the Heritage Alliance are full of primary sources, and some of the best primary sources are letters and diaries that talk about what everyday life was like 100 years ago. And some of your most poignant sources come from times of crisis, like war and disease. So we've been really looking back to those records, especially from the Spanish influenza epidemic, to really sort of help contextualize this moment. So we're encouraging you to write down, what's happening in your life right now and your feelings during this pandemic, and send it to us at historiansathome@gmail.com, and so that we can have a record of this time in history, because I promise you 100 years from now, historians are really going to appreciate that you took the time to write this down so that they can use it to help study this time period. So if you go to our website, heritageall.org, and look under our education tab, you'll see Historians at Home. We do have a questionnaire with some guided questions about COVID-19 and how it's impacted your life. So if you're feeling a little stuck, a little writer's block, you can use some of those questions to help you figure out what you want to write about. Or you can do stream of conscious thought. You can send us photos of what the pandemic looks like in your life. You can send all of this to historiansathome@gmail.com. We do have a written release form, and this form helps us know what you'd like us to do with the history you send us. Are you okay with it going into an exhibit someday, a school program, or a digital archive? Regardless, we're going to save it and preserve it so that it's still here 100 years from now. And this is a letter we received for Historians at Home. This will be typed written email. So if you want to, write us a letter as well, you're welcome to mail it to us, and our address is on our website. But we're taking, electronic and physical submissions to this project. And something that's really cool is this is one of the oldest letters in our collection. It's from 1829. It's from the Telford area. So one of our oldest letters paired with one of our newest. So now we have this great extended historical record of history. So again, send us your submissions about your life during this pandemic to historiansathome@gmail.com. And we hope that you're staying well and staying safe. Check us out what we're doing on Facebook, YouTube, and our website. And thanks a bunch.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. Well, up next we've got Mike Music from the city's Parks and Rec Department, and he's going to tell us all about the future of the farmers market. And I know we all love the farmers market, so I can't wait to hear all about how they're going to keep us all safe, but make that a go in Bristol. Here he is.
Good morning, Sheridan. Normally this time of year, we're getting ready to open the market first Saturday in May. We're all excited. We're looking forward to a new growing season, et cetera, et cetera. And like so many other things, that's been put on a temporary hold, and we're getting a lot of questions, well, the grocery stores are open. Why isn't the farmer's market? And it's just a little, not quite as simple as that. Regular grocery stores are brick and mortar buildings. They turn the key and open the door and flip the light switch on and people go in. They've got staff that keeps the place clean and sanitized and stocked and orderly and all that. And even though our market's outdoors, it's a little more complicated. Several issues to deal with. We're trying to come up with what is going to be the best plan for opening our market back up when we're able to open it up on a regular basis. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. And trust me, nobody is more anxious about it than me. A big part of my year at work revolves around the farmers market, and we're excited about being able to roll out the 2020 market season. Now, what we have done in the meantime is on our Facebook page, I encourage everybody to follow State Street Farmers Market on Facebook. We are creating or have created a link that our customers can click on. They can simply click on the link, and it is a list of our currently participating vendors and what items they have available and a phone number to contact them so people can still buy the fresh foods that they're wanting to, can still support the local farmers, which is so important right now more important than ever. And we certainly want people to do it. We want that opportunity. And so this is a good way to do it and do it safely, simply by clicking on that link. If you're on Facebook at all, and simply like the State Street Farmers Market page. If you're not a Facebooker, I'm sure you've got friends or family who are, and you can look at the farmers market page via your friend's Facebook account or something, and there is the link there where you can physically go in, look at the list of what vendors are currently participating, because keep in mind, it is early and not everybody has stuff available just yet. It's not as simple as going and getting a tomato at the farmer's market this weekend. Not going to happen. They don't grow in East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia at this time, unless you're growing them in a hoop house or something. So when we go to our grocery store and we get that tomato, it's not grown locally currently. So things take a little bit of time. Right now, our vendors are even saying, Mike, I don't have a whole lot because it's been so rainy this winter and spring. I was speaking with one of my vendors yesterday. He said, Mike, if I could just get some sunshine, things would be so much easier. So not only we're dealing with the challenge of COVID-19, we're dealing with the challenge, or at least our farmers are, and thus us with the market, dealing with the challenge of the weather. The weather has not been very conducive for growing yet. So there's a little bit of stuff out there. There's not a lot. You can go to that link, pull up that list, and see what is available. And there's contact information to get in touch with all our vendors. And that's going to be a growing list as we go week by week. I wish I could say, yes, the market is going to open on insert date here. Right now I can't. We're trying to look and just come up with the best plan possible to open up our market, make our market as safe as possible for our vendors and our customers. I will tell you this, it's probably not going to look the same as what it normally does. May not even be in the same location that it normally is, because we're going to need space and space to spread out. That's something we don't have at the downtown center. So we're trying to formulate our best plan possible to open our market up safely to our vendors, to our customers, so that people can enjoy all the good stuff that comes in from our vendors during the market season. So keep up to date on that Facebook page. Keep checking it. We will be updating that regularly as far as what our vendors have available, what they're bringing in, and that'll be a good way to get in touch with our vendors. So we certainly look forward to the day when we're opening on Saturdays, but it's no set date coming up anytime in the immediate future. But our vendors will make stuff available. Keep consulting that list and keep supporting our farmers market, and more importantly, our vendors that way. So thanks again for the opportunity, and we certainly miss being in there in studio with you all, and look forward to the day that happens again. Until then, check out that list and buy your available veggies and meats through our farmers market Facebook page. That's it. Take care. Stay healthy.
Thanks, Mike, so much for all of that information, and thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time.